Hello everyone! Welcome back! Today, let's take a closer look at the fun part of off-grid building a log house from the ground up, deep in the woods. Our builder starts by digging post holes directly into the forest floor, carefully aligning their positions to form a solid, rectangular base. He then places large vertical logs into these holes, forming the main pillars of the house. Precision is key here, making sure each post is level and securely anchored will form the foundation for the entire structure. Next, we move on to the framing process. He places large cross beams on top of the vertical logs one by one to form a solid frame. This forms the perimeter of the walls and begins to shape the overall footprint of the house. You can really feel the symmetry and balance as the frame is formed. Finally, the builder begins to build the roof frame, placing angled rafters that connect across the top rafters. This step is important for both structural strength and future weather resistance. The roof frame not only supports the roofing or cladding later on, but also defines the look of the house. This stage marks an important milestone. The house now has a structural frame. From here, the wall, floor, and roof materials will be completed. But it all starts with this sturdy wooden frame. Our man began by carefully installing the bright blue corrugated metal roofing panels onto the previously assembled timbers. Each panel was placed precisely, overlapping at just the right angle to prevent leaks. He then secured the panels with a power drill and galvanized screws, ensuring a tight, weatherproof fit. This step required both strength and precision, and he handled it with incredible control and efficiency. To ensure waterproofing, he applied a generous amount of silicone sealant along all the joints and overlaps, especially along the ridges. This silicone sealant acts as a vital barrier against rain and moisture, especially important in forested areas prone to heavy rain. The fact that he took the time to seal each seam shows his meticulousness and commitment to quality. With the roof installed, he turned his attention to the ground. This is where his ingenuity really shines. Using a homemade pulley system, he hauled buckets of dirt up to the foundation of the house. This clever setup allowed him to move large amounts of dirt with less effort and more speed, a really practical and clever solution when working alone outdoors. Once the dirt was backfilled, he began stacking natural stones around the outer edge of the foundation. These stones served multiple purposes. They reinforced the structure, held the soil in place, and created a rustic border. The result was a solid, level foundation now ready for the installation of wood flooring. He began by attaching smooth wooden planks to the wall frame, methodically arranging them one by one. Each plank was secured with an electric drill and screws, ensuring a tight fit and tight seal against wind and moisture. You can see the attention to detail in his every move. Each plank is precisely aligned, giving the walls a clean, uniform look. As the planks were installed, the structure quickly transformed from a skeleton into something that resembled a real house. Next, he added railings and decorative woodwork, giving the exterior a rustic charm while also providing security and structure to the entryways. These small details, from carved corners to smooth sanded edges, reflect his craftsmanship and pride in the process. Inside the house, the work continues. The craftsman begins defining the interiors, checking the lines, and reinforcing the joints. While these steps may seem subtle, they are essential in transforming the house from a shell into a functional living space. Every movement is carefully considered, every tool used with skill and ease. The attention to detail, from the spacing between the panels to the wood grain, not only highlights technical ability but also demonstrates a deep respect for the craft. This is the kind of work that doesn't just build a house, it creates a legacy. With steady hands, he begins by handcrafting the triangular wooden window frames, cutting each piece to precise angles before assembling them into sturdy shapes. He carefully carries each frame up a ladder, fitting them to the top of the roof, securing them tightly. The process requires balance, skill, and confidence, especially when working at height. These windows not only bring in more natural light, but also give the house a distinct and personal touch. He then returns to the ground to complete the installation of the main door, adding a simple but sturdy locking mechanism to keep the house secure. The door closes with a satisfying snap, signaling the official completion of construction. It all takes place in a quiet, peaceful setting, surrounded by the sounds of the forest, birdsong, rustling trees, and the gentle murmur of nature. No rush, no fuss, just a man, his tools, and the satisfaction of completing a project entirely by hand. Finally, as the sun slowly sets, we see him sitting down on the porch, resting for the first time in days. Thank you all for following and accompanying this journey from start to finish. Stay inspired, and we'll see you again on the next adventure.